We all know what a directory is, but what is a file system, and what is the relation between a file system and a directory? Let's start from the beginning. A file system is a section of hard disk that has been allocated to contain files. This section of hard disk is accessed by mounting the file system over a directory. Such directory that is used to mount a file system is called a mount point. The data stored on the file system can then be accessed using this mount point. Back to the directories. In Linux, the directory structure is like an inverted tree. It starts from slash, then there are some common directories. Bin stands for binaries and contains certain fundamental utilities that are generally needed by all users. Sbin is similar to bin, but it contains applications that only the super user can use. USR holds executables, libraries, documentation, icons, and shared resources. Home contains the home directories for the users. Each user has a subdirectory in home. Var is a short for variable. It contains mainly logs and other variable data. etc contains system-wide configuration files. In OPT there are optional files such as vendor-supplied applications. TMP is placed for temporary files. Many systems clear the contents of TMP upon startup, so if you have important content, do not place it here. Boot contains the bootloader, kernel and configuration files for the boot process. Root is the home directory for the root user. Def is a virtual file system which contains device files that represent hardware devices. For example, if you plug in a new USB flash drive, a new device entry will come up here. Proc is a virtual file system for exposing kernel data structures and process info to user land. Similarly to proc, sys is a virtual file system that describes hardware devices and drivers. Proc and sys give a window into the inner workings of the kernel, but it is somehow a mess. Ideally, all non-processed data should be in sys, but yet that is not the case. For all of our directories, a single partition or disk can be used, or some of them can be set to use separate disks or partitions. This way we can reinstall our OS without losing critical data. Also, new file systems can be added for storing user data. Let's see how that works. We list all the available block devices. Then using fdisk we create a new partition. On that partition we create an X4 file system. We put a label on the file system. And finally we mount the file system. In order to have the file system mounted at boot time, we add it in the etc/fstab file. And here is our new file system. But what are all these settings in the etc/fstab file? First we have the name UUID or label of the file system device file. Then we have the mount point. After that comes the file system type. Some mount options follow. Backup operation is always 0. It is an outdated method of backup and generally should not be used. And lastly is the file system check order. 0 means that the file system will not be checked. And that's it.